about FaZe. I will say it's not a joke. It's not a troll. I know everybody thinks it's a big joke. It's not. It's some serious shit. But it's that's going to be handled off stream, so I'm not going to even talk about it or address it at all. And I'm just going to move on with my stream and push forward. But I know y'all got me at the end of the day.
On your life or it's on my life? On my life. I swear to God, everything that happened today on Twitter is not a script. I don't be putting shit on God unless I mean it.
W script. I promise you right now, and I don't give a f who about to get tight and me confirming this. Nothing today on Twitter was a script. I swear to God, I promise on my life, nothing was a script, gang.
So I woke up this morning and I was scrolling Twitter, and based on the clips that I showed you in the beginning of this video, we got some drama that we've got to unpack. So the first thing that I saw was FaZe Banks had posted that Lacy is no longer in FaZe. At 2:44 p.m. May 6, 2025, which was yesterday, Banks said Lacy's kicked from FaZe, not joking. Now, for anybody that's been following the new FaZe Clan, you know that they lie a lot. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they're basically the kings of clickbait right now. They put out clips all the time with no context, and it goes crazy. But their core fan base knows that it's a joke, and anybody new that eventually stops into their stream will find out that it's a joke. And it just helps to build this foundation that they've been working on for over a year. So it's hard to tell if this is real or not, because Banks has done something like this before with Kason. Back in 2024, there was a period of time where they were doing some pranks on each other, some PCs got thrown in a pool, and the main FaZe Clan account said Kason has officially been kicked from FaZe Clan. Now, it wasn't on Banks's main account, but he did double down on his main account and say, it's gonna be really funny when everyone realizes I'm not joking. Now, fast forward to 2025 and Kason is still in FaZe. So I still don't know if that initial Banks tweet was a joke or if he was legitimately mad and decided to jump out the window and just say he's gone, we've removed him, and then they fixed it behind the scenes. So it makes this new tweet hard to really decipher because I don't know which it is. It could literally be either, but the reason why I started to lean towards it potentially being real was at the end of Silky's stream last night, it looked like they were all having a meeting and it was at 2 a.m. Eastern.
What's going on? We doing this meeting? Yeah, I'm waiting on y'all. As soon as everybody's here, I'll cut it off and we're gonna get right into it. Is it over? Nah, I'm not. What is wrong? What is going on? Adapt, what? Bro,
Don't do this shit on stream, bro. It's not worth it.
Bro, I'm not gonna end max until we go through with this shit, bro. Go through with what? With the meeting, bro. I'm not gonna just end it. And the meeting don't happen. You guys have been waiting, bro. Oh yeah. I just haven't been here. What are you talking about? That's what I just said, bro. Why would you come in here? No, dead ass game. Yeah, actually.
Now, obviously, them having a meeting at 2 a.m. Eastern doesn't mean that it has to do with Lacy. And the fact that Lacy laughs and giggles when Banks comes in the room, it makes me also think that it might just not be true. Because if Banks felt emotional enough to put a tweet out before they even had a meeting to decide on all of this, that means that something crazy went down that he really felt a type of way about. And I don't feel like he'd walk in a room and joke around with Lacy and be cordial with him if he felt that strongly about it. So that kind of made me think that none of this is real. And then I saw FaZe Rain talk about it. And not to say that FaZe Rain can't also play along with a joke and kind of push shit forward, but he seems like a pretty, I'm going to tell you how it is kind of guy. And this is what he had to say.
What do y'all think the Lacy stuff is? I'm curious. What do y'all think the Lacy stuff is? It's not my business to talk about it, bro. I don't know what the fuck going on. Actually, I do know what's kind of going on, but who gives a fuck? I thought it was fake too. Extra, my boy. Thank you for the gifted, my brother. That's what I thought too. That's what I thought too. But it should get pretty deep. But I'm not finna talk about it. I'm not involved. I don't know what the fuck's happened. I don't talk to nobody. That's what I thought too, bro. I swear to God, I'm with you. I wouldn't say 10 because 10 is like pedophilic stuff or like really, really bad stuff. Let's just give it like an 8. Now the shit that I'm hearing don't make me want to check on nobody, bro. It's even like what I posted on my story today, bro. It's like, that ass, bro, people are they're gonna always do you dirty. I swear to God, especially if you have opportunity or things to give people, they're gonna take it. They're gonna be excited because everything's bright, a lot of opportunity, a lot of views, a lot of eyes on them, a lot of motivation to make money and all that. And what happens when you make it? They forget. They forget where the fuck it came from. They forget who put them on. They forget everything. They get greedy. They get selfish. That's just human nature, unfortunately. It sucks that people are like that. I wish they weren't. I wish people were more genuine, down to earth, fair, caring about people. Again, it's again, like I always say, like people think I didn't join FaZe back for the corporate stuff. It is that. A lot of it was that. But what I hated the most is I felt like I lost my brotherhood, which is really all I cared about.
So honestly, I have no idea. I have no clue if this is real, if it's not real. But the reason why I had to elaborate and explain all of this is because this is what kind of leads into the entire Breckie Hill getting doxxed situation. So Breckie Hill decided to respond to FaZe Banks' tweet that said Lacy's kicked from FaZe, and she says, "Today's a good day. Yes." And Lacy, in true Lacy format, I got to give him respect for this because this is exactly how I feel about these situations. But he said, "I can't wait till your kids come home from school crying because someone showed them mommy's titties at the lunch table," which is a real thing that's going to happen with a lot of these OnlyFans girls. And I don't know if they're prepared for it. And I know their kids are not prepared for it. So I kind of feel bad for them. But she responds back and says, "And doesn't your new girlfriend do the same?" And he hits her with the rock meme, which she replies to with, "Don't forget to take your Ozempic." He goes on to say, "Don't forget to take another cum shot, you disgusting treesh." And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what a treesh is, so if you guys could fill me in the comments, I do appreciate you. And then her last response is, "Guy started doing well, left clicks and got a whole new personality. Pipe down, little man." And then obviously, once you have a back and forth with somebody who has a fan base, the fan base usually is going to get involved, and you never know how that's gonna go. Now, as far as why this even happened, I had to kind of dive back a little bit because I know that Lacy is friends with Jinxie. And for anyone that doesn't know, Jinxie is another streamer on Twitch, and he used to date Breckie Hill, and they used to break up and get back together and break up and get back together. And we even made a video once where he went live and talked about the fact that he's stuck gooning to all these girls on Instagram and the hub, and it was ruining his relationship. And I feel like that did not need to be shared. But that's what happens when you're in the relationship with a succubus. They get you to do wild shit. Try to expose yourself, make yourself look stupid, just because that's what they tell you that they want for them to get back together with you. And I feel so bad for Jinxie for that. But Lacy didn't like that. And so back then, he had some things to say about her that, weren't all that nice.
Seeing my ex-boyfriend become friends with someone who publicly shamed us both was not on my 2024 bingo card.
Not gonna lie, can we stop giving her attention?
Maybe if you weren't a clout-leeching, demonic, god-awful person with the characteristics of a sociopathic whore, you wouldn't have to worry about what your ex is doing with someone else. You're the one who started the problems. I know exactly how you worked in that relationship. You're a manipulative bitch. I guarantee you were in your ex-boyfriend's ear manipulating the fuck out of him, and I feel so bad for Jinxie, bro.
And I assume because of this is why when she saw that, she decided, hey, I'm celebrating. This is a good time. I've been holding this grudge against him since back then, and obviously Lacy fans are not going to be okay with that. So they have apparently doxed her, and her mom is now receiving all sorts of messages. She tweeted out saying, "My mom just got told that over 400 people have called her within the last 5 minutes and are sending her death threats. Whoever doxed me, it's really messed up. Bringing my mom into a situation which she isn't even a part of. That's my family." And I gotta be honest with you, I think that is corny. I don't like Breckie Hill. I never liked her since I covered that Jinxie situation, but I'll never agree with somebody or their family getting doxed, because the family especially has nothing to do with it. Like, if you want to drag this person online, you want to go post under their photos, you go ahead, do whatever you feel like you got to do. But when it comes to doxing somebody and literally putting them or their family at risk, sending death threats, like, that's just crazy over them exchanging a few words back and forth on Twitter is really not that serious. And you know that the person that you support doesn't even agree with you on this. You know that they're not going to back you in doing something like that. So it's just weird that there's this small percentage of some fan bases that feel like it's okay to do something like that. Now, at the same time, I will say that if you involve yourself in a back and forth with somebody who has a fan base, you should expect the worst, which is why I always try to avoid any shit like that, because it's just not worth it. And for some people, they might think that I'm victim blaming by saying something like that, because I still say that I don't agree with the doxing, but I also feel like you should know what you're getting yourself into. Because if I walk down the wrong neighborhood and I'm wearing some shit I know I shouldn't wear, yeah, I shouldn't be attacked. I should never have to worry about that. I should be able to walk in any neighborhood I want in America, just like anybody else, and we should all be safe. But you know that there's certain places that probably aren't safe. And so if you walk through there, you know what you're getting yourself into. As much as they shouldn't attack you, and it's wrong for something like that to happen, you know where you're walking, right? Like this. So I also kind of look at it with that mentality. I don't even know why you're celebrating it, first of all, because you should be holding grudges. It's unhealthy in the first place. But just go out and post it under a FaZe member's own tweet and think that the entire fan base isn't going to see that and feel a type of way is just absolutely crazy to me. And Max kind of said it best.
Whoever doxed me is really messed up. Bringing my mom into a situation which she isn't even part of. That's my family. Okay, so let's get this straight. Lacy get kicked from FaZe. You see that, you start screaming hallelujah. You wasn't ready for the E-smoke. If you're not ready for the E-smoke, then don't start the E-smoke, B. What the You started it, lady. Yeah, that's mad immature, but I'm keeping it a buck. Yeah, they are on your mom ass is fucked up, but you can't control the internet. That's one thing everyone knows, you can't control the internet. So once it starts acting crazy, you can't be like, why did I involve myself? Well, look what's happening. You knew it was going there. What the fuck? You beefing with a named Lacy himself. And he calls community the thugs. You knew where this was going.
So this whole situation is weird. I don't even know if this video is functional because it's about the fact that she got doxxed by Lacy's fans, but to get to that, I had to talk about him potentially being removed from FaZe. And again, I feel like we'll get more information today if they had a meeting last night, but I really don't know. I can't tell if this is real or if it's not. The fact that FaZe Rain spoke on it and a whole bunch of them are swearing on everything, the mother, their father, their God, their dad, like it makes me think that it could be real, but at the same time, it's not the first time that I've heard streamers say, I swear to God, or I swear on my life, and then it ends up being a joke. You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to read. The only thing that made me think that it might actually be real was the fact that FaZe Rain spoke on it. And I'm not to say that he's never, leaned into shit before, clickbait, but he seems more like a guy who's just, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not here to play this game. If they tell me to pretend this or pretend that, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, he gives you that kind of a vibe. So the fact that he's like, I thought it was fake too, but it seems like it's real. So I don't know. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think down below. I just wanted to cover this. Going forward, just don't dox people. It's not worth it. I feel like everybody watching this video probably would never do that anyway, but if by chance one of the people that do some shit like that is here, just don't do it. Especially not somebody's family. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to try to get at that person. I still disagree with doxing them because there's no reason to put them in danger. There's no reason to send death threats. If you want to give them a little bit of, jab here and there under some of their posts or drag them online, make a video about them, that's fair game. But all this extra shit is just unnecessary, man. It's really not that serious. These dudes are all making millions and millions of dollars. Someone says something to them that they don't like, they're going to survive the next day, I promise you. So let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one, homies.